looking out for myself. The other members of my father's family were my sister Sally, about 8 years old, and my brother Jordan, about 5. My sister Sally was supposed to look after me when my mother was otherwise occupied, but between my sister's duties of helping mother and chasing the flies from master's table, I received very little looking after from any of my family. Therefore, necessity compelled me at an early age to look after myself and rustle my own grub. My earliest recollections are of pushing a chair in front of me and toddling from one to the other of my master's family to get a mouthful to eat like a pet dog. And later on, as I became older, making raids on the garden to satisfy my hunger, much to the damage of the young onions, watermelons, turnips, sweet potatoes, and other things I could find to eat. We had to use much caution during these raids on the garden because we knew well what we could catch if someone caught us. But much practice made us experts in escaping undetected. My old plantation home. One day, when Master and the family went to town, Mother decided to make some wine of which she was very fond. Accordingly, she gathered some grapes, and after pressing them, she made some fairly good wine. This she placed in a demijohn, and this, for better security, she hid in the garden, as she thought unknown to anyone. But my brother, sister, and myself had been watching the process with considerable curiosity, which finally reached such a pitch that there was nothing to it. We must sample a liquid that looked so good. So Jordan went to the hayloft from where a good view could be obtained all around, while myself and Sally busied ourselves in the vineyard. Presently, Mother, thinking all secure, left the house with the demijohn and proceeded to hide it. Jordan from the hayloft noted that Mother never left the garden until she returned to the house, empty-handed. But he was unable to see the exact hiding place. It was several days later, while passing through the garden, that we ran across the lost demijohn. It did not take us long to discover that its contents suited our tastes. Sally and Jordan dragged it into a sweet corn patch, where we were safe from observation. An oyster can was secured to serve as a glass, and the way we attacked that wine was a caution to the temperance workers. And I can assure you we enjoyed ourselves for a while, but for how long I am unable to tell exactly. Mother soon missed us, but being very busy, she could not look for us until evening, when she started out to look us up, after searching and calling in vain. She decided to take the dogs to find us. With their aid, we were soon located, lying in the sweet corn, dead drunk, while the demijohn, quite empty, bottom side up, stared at Mother with a reproachful stare, and the oyster can which it served up and took me to the house, and let Sally and Jordan lie in nearby, bearing mute witness against us. Mother picked me up and took me to the house, and let Sally and Jordan lie in the sweet corn all night to dwell on the events. Immediately preceding our return to consciousness is a painful subject to me, as it was exceedingly painful then. I was most feverish the next day, with a head on my shoulders several sizes larger than the one I was used to wearing. Sally and Jordan were enjoying about the same health as myself, but the state of our health did not exempt us from Mother's wrath. We all received a good, sound, old-fashioned thrashing, a fitting prelude to my first drunk. Mother ran the loom. I suppose I acquired the taste for strong drink on this occasion. Be that as it may, the fact remains that I could outdrink any man I ever met in the cattle country. I could drink large quantities of the fiery stuff they called whiskey on the range, without it affecting me in any way. But I've never been downright drunk since that time in the sweet corn patch. Our plantation was situated in the heart of the Black Belt of the South, and on the plantations all around us were thousands of slaves, all engaged in garnering the dollars that kept up the so-called aristocracy of the South. Many of the proud old families owed their standing and wealth to the toil and sweat of the black man's brow, where if they had to pay the regular rate of wages to hire laborers to cultivate their large estates, their wealth would not have amounted to a third of what it was. Wealth was created, commerce carried on, cities built, and the new world well started on the career that has led to its present greatness and standing in the world of nations. All this was accomplished by the sweat of the black man's brow. By black man, I do not mean to say only the black men, but the black woman, the black child, all helped to make the proud South what it was, the boast of every white man and woman, with a drop of Southern blood in their veins. And what did the black man get in return?